taking a nap maximizes lead generation. You're going to have to hear me out. Sometimes you just got to listen to the universe and what it's telling you. And we get into that a little bit here. So we also talk about entrepreneur brain, and at least that's what I call it. It's what I refer to as my internal alarm clock. Sometimes it wakes me up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 5 a.m., whatnot. What I've learned is never go back to sleep. Just if it wakes me up, time to get up. Also, we discussed orphan dates, automating Airbnb messaging, and a program on August, which brings up another cameo appearance from Mrs. Oakes, who's been here a couple times now. So if you suffer from entrepreneur brain, I want to hear from you. Phone number's coming up at the end of this episode. You can text me and then we'll get on a call to discuss whatever. And we may schedule that at like 3 a.m., right? Whatever you want to do. This is episode number 184 of the W2 Capitalist podcast. So let's talk about automated messages with Airbnb. You guys were just talking about that in a part that we cut out.
That's this week for me is automated messages, how to make them not wonky and make them sound like people.
Or do orphan dates. Do y'all do orphan dates?
What is that?
How do you mean? Like a discount on orphan dates?
What's an orphan date?
Orphan date is when somebody checks in and they've been there, like let's say they're staying 3 nights or whatever. You send them a message, obviously after they've gotten in, settled in, hopefully they like it. And then if you've got some days open before the next one, you send them a message saying, hey, if you want to extend your stay, we could do it for a discounted rate, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's orphan date. And that should be automated, but
how do you
I don't know how you automate it to where, like, if you had check in, check out, like, you obviously don't want to send the orphan date message if you know that they can't. So I don't know if they have that set up. I don't know.
I haven't been able to figure out on the one I'm using. Yeah, how to do that automatically, because I've thought about that. Also thought about I've set up like early check-in and early or late checkout for extra fees as well.
What y'all's check-in? What y'all's check-out?
Check-in's 11, checkouts 11, check-in's 3.
I'm told that the industry standard is 10 in and 4.
That's what we do.
10 and 4.
10-4, buddy.
We do 10 and 3, I think.
Where did Brody go? I hear his voice.
Still got the headset on. I might change it to 10 and 4.
Well, I mean, the reasoning for that is, if you have a checkout, check-in on the same day, it gives your cleaners more time to do their thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that.
To where, like, they don't know what they're walking into,
Yeah.
So, and you want everything to be perfect for when the next one comes in. So it just kind of gives you a little breathing room. And then, if they reach out to you and they're like, is there any way we can get a late checkout or an early check-in? And, if nothing's, if the cleaners are done, then yeah, sure, check in, here's your code. Or if you don't have anybody checking in that day and they want to check out late, then yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah. So I set mine up that some are automated, and then I just have some what are called like canned responses where I can send them. They're already typed out and like automated with the shortcuts for names and all that stuff. And I can just send it. So, I mean, there's still some management that goes into it, but like on a day that I know I could do an orphan day message or whatever, that's a good idea, where I could send like the late checkout or the orphan day, or make it all in one.
Yeah, it's worked for us. I mean, we've just started doing it, but it's worked for us once so far. So
yeah.
I was going to stand up and flex on y'all, but then I remembered I don't have pants on.
Thank you.
But we've been very fortunate. We don't really have orphan days.
That's wild.
It's ridiculous. My neighbor keeps wanting to buy my house 2 doors down.
I bet.
Make an offer, man. It's
seeing what it's doing.
Whatever you think the price is, you can probably double it, and I'm still gonna say no.
Okay, so you're in Pensacola, right, Jane?
Yes.
or in
Gulf
the
Gulf
surrounding
Breeze, if
areas.
you want to get very specific.
Gulf Breeze.
Breeze.
So are you like how far away? Like just so I can kind of gauge it, like how far away from the beach?
As the eagle flies, we're about 1.5 miles, but you get in the car and drive, you can go to Pensacola Beach in about 15 minutes. If you want to go to Navarre Beach, which we go to because it's a little bit more our style, it's about 25 with traffic. Yeah.
Right. Well,
Y'all are talking about automated messages. What are you using to automate your messages though?
I'm using Hospitable. Used to be
Hospitable?
Airbnb.
I've heard
Okay.
good things about that.
It's hospitable, right?
Yep.
There's Brody. I still can't see him.
No, like what the
Hey.
fuck are you doing, dude?
Just mute if you go to the bathroom, okay?
No. Yeah,
Oh,
just to the
there he
bathroom.
is. Oh,
Oh, there he
Getting
is.
a glass of water, listening in, and then I asked my wife if we were using hospitable too, and she said yes.
Oh.
I think we were using fuck. What's the other big one called?
Hold on, I've got it, Jeff. You told me the other day.
True Locks or something like that.
So
I'm
could
glad
I
they don't
pop in on
sponsor me.
this?
Sure.
Pop
Go for it.
away.
So-
Pop that ass right
Or-
now.
Those days are long behind me.
Woo!
Whew. All right, so August Lock and I think Master Lock have integrated with Airbnb. So you can
Really?
pop that into the automated message, and they actually communicate with every new guest booking. They will randomly generate a code and upload it to
So
your
we don't
lock
have to manually
for you.
create a code in our August lock?
What?
I don't know
Correct.
if Cassie knows about this. I'm gonna
I
have to
didn't
talk
know.
to our
Wait,
super
wait,
honest.
wait. Y'all can't control
Caitlin.
your locks via Wi-Fi?
Yeah, we can.
No, we
Hey,
can.
we just blew everybody's mind.
Wait,
You
I don't know
can.
how you automate a code.
So Caitlin needs to explain this. Could I get a guest on the podcast really quick?
Can we bring a guest on?
I
Absolutely.
can't answer these questions.
Welcome. Now
Come.
he's Brody. What is that?
Huff Oaks.
Folks, thank you, Jay.
Why are
You're
you
welcome.
hyphenated?
divorced.
Because, like, I guess my birth certificate was issued 18 minutes, after my parents figured out if they were getting married or not.
So
I'm
what's
just kidding. Love you guys if you ever hear this.
what's Caitlin's first name or full name?
Caitlin.
Your
Caitlin
married full
Donnell.
name.
Caitlin Donnell Huff Oaks.
She's hyphenated as well.
Yeah.
But that what was the second one? Caitlin what?
Donnell.
Danelle.
No, I.
Can you hear
So
this?
that
How can she hear that? Well, that speaker's right on your ear. How does she? That's super.
So that was your maiden name, Danelle, right? Correct?
No, that's my middle name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just dropped my maiden name.
Gotcha.
Look at you two.
He still has me go by that name, but
Okay. All right, we're going to need her to talk directly into the microphone if we're going to interview her. So go away, Brody.
Thank you, Jeff.
See, I'm getting better. Got my paint can.
Hey, here. I want to share something with you, Jeff. I started editing last week, and I was like, all this shit I'm giving Jeff about his microphone. Guess who was the worst one
The
when it
hottest
came
one?
to it was hot at times, and then at times I'm over here where you can't even hear me. I'm like, God damn, like I got to do more editing on myself than anybody and than any of y'all. So
Yeah. I was going to say something earlier. You were a little hot tonight.
yeah, it's because I got it right here.
Yeah.
And these Trulies are
All right,
hidden
let's
spot.
not ignore our guest here.
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry, Caitlin. Sorry. Thank you, Jeff.
So,
All right, how do I
we
automate?
called her on here to talk about automated messages, correct?
Yeah.
Automating
August.
the August lock system. How do we do that?
So you have to do it in the August Lock app on your phone.
Oh.
It has a
Perfect.
shoot, I don't have my phone on me. It's got a spot up at the top of the menu where you can like add account, I think. And then
Okay.
it just asks you to log into your Airbnb account. Um, and so you connect them, and then it like immediately you connect which lock goes to which listing. Do you see it, Jamie?
Yep, I've got locks on it. Oh.
It
Jamie,
should be from the menu, like under your face.
Ah, okay.
So
Smart
what if
lock
you've
and
got a
keypad.
VRBO listing or a Booking.com listing? Like,
Unfortunately, it
They
doesn't
suck,
connect.
so don't
but
do
they're-
that anyway.
I get plenty of VRBOs.
That's good. I feel like it's really regional because I've had like one in the 2 years I've hosted in my area. So
Really?
and they're always
Wow.
on Verbo, but just haven't gotten any bookings. There is other software you just got to pay for every month that you can connect to your your primary property management software system that can send this out automatically to every listing you have. I don't personally use it, but I have heard of a couple resources
So
that you can do that.
So it generates it and it assigns it to a stay.
Yeah, so what
So you don't have
they're
to do
doing,
anything. You just have
Yep.
to show it your listings, and then it takes care of the rest.
yep, you connect the lock to the listing, and then it sends out an automatic text, chooses the code for them. It tells them like what August lock is and describes like, hey, this isn't a video camera, like why we had this feature. So it has like this whole thing, and it says it's from August lock and not from me as a host. So they know like if they have questions, they can go see that software and go to the website direct. So we've had really good luck with it since I found it like a month ago.
That's
So-
incredible.
So if
So-
I've gone in and set up a code for the next guest, first guest that's using the August lock house I have, is it going to send them a separate code?
No, so this will only be for new bookings because
okay.
it does it like right after the booking. You can't control when it gets sent, unfortunately, and you can't like send a reminder message about it, which is what I used to do when we set the code. But the code will automatically show up in August lock when it is generated. So it'll show up like Jamie Airbnb or however you call it. So
But you have to. So is that where you do the invite? You invite a guest?
So this would allow you to not do,
You don't have
You
to
won't
do
have
that.
to do
It
this
does
step
it
at all. Yep.
automatically.
it'll automatically populate in your August lock listing.
So if you're following along at home, folks, you open your August app, you tap on the hamburger menu, and then you tap on Works With,
Yeah.
and you connect your Airbnb account that way. That's we're gonna look into that. That is incredible.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're the best guest we've ever had, Kate.
Exactly. Jamie, I got a bone
I'm
to
here
pick
for
with
you.
you. I got a bone to pick with all three of you.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Thank you. Is she leaving? Thank you, Caitlin.
Yeah.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Kaylin.
I'm gonna hold down
do
the
you
fort.
want to? Do you have
Yeah, they're
any
hold it down.
embarrassing stories about Brody before you leave, or
Yes.
we'll wait
Um,
for another day? Or
He tends to smell strange things. I'll just say that. He's not here.
no, I think we're gonna need a little bit more than that.
Like
Okay, before
intentionally
he shows
smell,
up.
or like he Okay,
Yes.
go ahead. Okay.
Okay, what's
So-
the strangest thing he's ever smelt?
A dead vole, like intentionally chose to smell it.
A dead what?
Mole.
Vole.
Oh, vole.
It was
What
in
is-
our garage.
oh,
And I
mole.
was like, is that the smell? And he's like,
Oh my
Yep.
God.
That's the smell.
Jeffrey Dahmer in the house.
Jeez Louise, who
I kinda
invited
I
this
kinda
guy?
get that. I mean, I get that. Yeah, I'm a sniffer. Yeah.
Dead mole.
yeah, a dead vole or little vole.
Brody.
Hey, how come,
Love him.
Jamie, how come you let me go 2 hours and then tell me I got a hot mic? We've been
I like
recording for
hearing-
2 hours.
I like hearing you scream in my ear. I don't know.
Ah.
I couldn't tell if you were hot or everyone else was cold. You know.
What's a hot mic?
It's
I'm
really
not-
loud.
I'm not. Oh,
You're far
just-
from it.
Well,
That's it.
I mean, I guess that's true. You do have a hot mic, but
Well,
I just
technically,
figured you just had a better mic.
yeah. If you have your audio settings set right, you would hear yourself. But you know,
I
who
don't.
am I to talk about that?
I don't even know how to do that. Can you educate me?
No, Todd Helser helped me, so I'm just haven't touched it.
We
I
need
don't
to
know how
bring
I
him
sound.
on. We
I
need to
know.
bring him on with us. I talked to a guy today. I was interviewed on his podcast. His name's Billy Kills, and
Awesome name.
I know it's incredible. Probably the best podcast I've ever been a part of. Whether it was, no offense, guys, but hosting or just the dude just had amazing energy. We just totally connected. And I was like, and he was like, man, I want to come on your podcast and talk. And we were like, yeah, well, we're kind of doing this different thing for season 4. I was like, it's just me and a few guys from the mastermind and whatnot. And I said, but I would love to bring you in because you're going to fit right in with everybody. And he said, well, when do you record it? And I was like, well, it's usually like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And he's in Europe. He lives in Europe. And
Oh,
he
that's like
invests-
2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, he said so. He said so. So it's 2 o'clock my time. He goes, "I love you, Jay. We've had a lot of fun." He goes, "There's no way in hell that's happening." I said, "Okay, all right. Well, maybe we'll figure something out." But Todd needs to come on. We need to get Todd in here for an episode or 2.
Yeah,
for sure.
he's got a lot of big things going on right now.
Yeah, I've
He's
heard.
doing- yeah.
Yeah. Some maybe anyway.
We should have them set up to where, like, if one of us can't make it, then they can fill in. Or I guess that's something more you need to plan than just say call them up 10 till and.
Hey, come
You know,
on, join us. Here's I started editing, and I know Jeff, you're gonna hate this because I know early on you said trying to make every episode an hour, but I'm getting about 2 to 3 episodes per every time we record, and they're only like 20 to 30 minutes, which I know. Look at that. Look at that face. Look at that face. But here's the thing. I instead of like most podcasts drop one a week, once we're done recording this, we're just going to drop them all at the same time. Like season 4, here's the whole thing. So think of like a Netflix series or Amazon series. You get the whole thing, you subscribe to it, you listen as you go, right? As you want.
Oh,
just
dang.
run
That's going to
through
be
it.
kind of neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we
I-
get
So we
to
can do like a longitudinal like progress of our lives, but just drop it on somebody and just be like, here's all of it in
Listen.
16 hours, and then they're going to be like, holy crap, I can do this in 16 hours.
But if you
Man,
think about it, that's what a lot of people do with new podcasts. Anyways,
Yeah.
like if they come
New
into
shows.
new shows, they'll just binge it, until they're caught up, and then a lot of people are like, I want more.
And you guys
Do
are
we-
binge worthy.
Do we
Except-
get to do a
Thanks,
final
Jay.
approval of
No.
the episode?
I don't want to.
No.
Nope.
Because I was thinking about this the other day. I think there was definitely an episode where I ragged on my wife a little harder than I probably
Oh, too bad.
would like.
Well,
You said,
Heard
I
it.
Too
believe
late,
your
Jay.
exact quote
Yeah,
was, I
too
don't
late,
give a
Jeff.
fuck.
All right, Jeff. Well, looks like you got to buy some jewelry now.
Just don't tell
Well,
her when it comes out.
Or Truly. You could buy some
Oh.
Truly, come out cheaper, and I'll cut it out. Whatever you want to do.
Love how it blurs out your truly for you.
I
so
know.
nobody
What is
knows.
that about? Let me hold it close to the chest, which is where,
Hashtag not
where it should
sponsored.
be. I know.
Did we even come up with a name for ourselves yet?
Bro time.
I like it.
Nah,
I hate it.
No.
no. My name is
That was-
Brody.
that's-
It's too tied to me.
That's what.
So, I mean, I feel like that alienates, women from wanting to watch it, right?
Well, Jeff, if you want to know the demographics of people who subscribe,
I would. Let's
Uh,
hear it.
it's 70% men, 30% women.
Damn.
So
I feel like that's probably real estate investing in general, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
typically,
Ooh, don't let Investor Girl Brit hear you say that.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I'm saying that statistics numbers don't lie, Brody.
97.2% of statistics are made up. Other than that, they don't lie.
All I know is that if you follow up like a crazy person, you'll get a deal.
Yes, you will.
Yes, you will.
What are
get
you
one?
talking about, though? What happened?
Huh? What?
What
get a deal?
happened?
Nothing happened.
You can't drop like knowledge like that and not have an example.
Oh yeah, that's just a rule of law when it
Oh,
comes to real
mm.
estate. Granted, I've dropped the ball plenty of times, but like some of my deals have come from following up for like a year,
Yep.
longitudinally speaking, or following up very fast. Like, I know you're supposed to call you in like, at the end of the month, but
5
I was just
minutes.
thinking about you, and I was just wanted to call you here. How's everything going? It's like, didn't we talk on Tuesday? It's like, yeah. And I'm just, I had another question for you, So that way when I call them back, they're like, yeah, Brody, yeah, I'm ready to go now, man.
I love it.
So those are kind of like.
Brody, in your research for follow up on lead generation, do you find folks are saying, hey, you have an 80% better chance of closing the deal if you call them within like first 5 minutes of them responding to an ad kind of thing?
I don't know. So how would I calculate that? I would say I don't close enough volume of deals yet to really say like, oh, this one was on the first response or this one was on like the 15th response, because it's like pretty variable for me right now.
Yeah.
But that's how I would run my numbers on it. I'd be like, okay, let's look at the deals that we've closed, and then let's see on which touch those deals came through. And then I would create like a, what's it called? A bell curve to see how many get closed on which touch.
The old bell curve.
Hey, you can't get away from it, man. It's a lot of averages.
Who did that? Alexander? Was he the creator of the bell curve?
Alexander Graham Bell? No, that's the guy that created the telephone.
Such outdated technology.
The telephone.
Faxing's still around. We still got that, though. Jeff, where did you go?
Oh, there's another great roast.
To get a beer.
I noticed you were drinking Corona. I've seen a lot of people, they'll like grab a Corona, they'll tilt it up, and they'll do this little swirl thing, and then it just like one big gulp, it goes down. Is that you?
Oh yeah. The bottle
Can you
swirl.
do that for us real quick? Yeah.
What do they do that to mix the lime around, or
I don't know.
Do it? No, I'm good. I was actually debating on whether to open it because I didn't know how much longer we were gonna go. Like,
yeah,
I never know when you're gonna pull the plug. So,
I do need to go take a shower and eat some supper, but that's not really important.
I mean, I'll crack it open if we're gonna be at least another 30 minutes. But if you're ready to roll this puppy up, then I'm not gonna crack it.
I've got to go watch.
I'm gonna
everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed.
Brody's calling it. Look at that. I was gonna say I could go for another 20 at minimum.
I gotta go to bed. I'm sorry. I'm trying
What
to.
Why? What do you got to do tomorrow?
I just like to wake up and get my morning started really early. I've got 3 things.
What time do you get up?
I've got to reach back out to AAA.
I don't care about that. What time are you getting up?
I'm getting up at 4:30.
Fuck you.
Eastern time? You're not getting up at 4:30.
You're not getting up at 4:30. You get up at 4:30?
I will do a Facebook Live and just be like, "Fuck you, Jay Helms. I'm up at 4:30."
Don't need to bring Facebook into it. Just text me. I'll be up.
Will you be up?
Is that what time you wake up, Jay?
You'll be up at 3:30, Jay?
Some mornings, not every morning. Yeah.
Oh.
Do y'all not have like I don't even know what to call it, but I'm going to call it entrepreneur brain. Do y'all have that where like you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like ready to go because there's a thought about your business that wakes you up and you cannot let it go, and I
have to have purpose from the day before. If I'm just punching out tasks and like the doldrum, like I'm tempted to sleep in. But if I'm like, I need to go work on this new like workflow, or I have this idea or this deal that I really want to look into, that's when
you get jacked up.
That's when I get jazzed. Yep.
The sucky part is I never know when it's coming. Like I don't necessarily know. I can't figure that out. It just happens. Do y'all not run into this?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
When do you wake up, Jay?
Typical. Yeah, Jamie.
Depends. So I'm bad about like I'll wake up at like you said like early morning, but then I'll go back to sleep and then I like can't wake up.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you. Do you like lay everything out / like prep your day beforehand?
No.
Anybody?
I mean mentally, but
don't even do it mentally.
that's helped me out so much, guys. Like, bar none.
Put
my
your
tennis
clothes
shoes-
out like you
My
put
tennis
your.
shoes, yep. My tennis
Huh.
shoes with my socks are laid out. I have my workout shirt there. And I usually just sleep in my workout shorts, so I just pop out of bed.
That's easy for somebody that doesn't get inundated all day long by surprise phone calls and bullshit,
That's a good point. Yeah, that's not my day to day. I'm usually the guy doing that to people, so surprise, I want to buy your house. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. That's a
No,
good
I mean,
point. You got to live
to-
reactively, but that's still, I still think setting up contingencies, and like prepping.
I have to take my breaks when they come. Like, I can't time manage that shit. So, I mean, I could be at full steam for a whole week, whether I like it or not. So, like, stop scratching your beard, Jade. God dang.
What is it coming through?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Wiry.
But I just
Itching.
from like six. I mean, and
It's Roundup burning through my beard because I still haven't showered.
It varies because I guess the time zone I'm in. But basically, like, my guys start at 6 o'clock in the morning, and so my texts can start at 6 o'clock in the morning potentially, and definitely before I get into the office, which is typically just before 8. Like, I've already answered multiple phone calls or emails or texts, and that rolls through the day, and then it can go on after 5 o'clock till almost 8. Now, that, granted, that doesn't happen every day, but I never know what scenario's gonna come hit me, so I take every advantage I can.
What do you think you could do to mitigate those?
I don't think I can.
Jamie's tired too.
Jamie's tired.
You need to go to bed.
I lean back. That thing.
I
like my
doubt that
sleep.
there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I could turn my phone off. I mean, obviously, but
Okay. What happens if you did that?
Turn it off and see what happens. Or your project's going to explode or
And the
implode.
guys sit there and don't do anything because they can't make decisions for themselves,
yeah, and then you're paying them for fucking sitting there.
even if it's common sense.
Jamie knows.
Ouch. Yeah.
So I grab my rest when I can, and I'll get shit for it. Like, I'll fucking take a nap in the middle of the day. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah. I love a good afternoon nap. Also, I get frustrated when I don't get one.
and kick old
We'll
women
talk
and
about
dogs
naps.
off the elevator.
Here's my experience with that.
I can't nap.
You can't nap?
Something's
I
wrong
feel
with you, man.
wiped out in the afternoon. I feel wiped out in the afternoon. I want to go take a nap. And every time I try to go take a nap, that's when all my callbacks start happening, where people start calling me for stuff.
So
I like try to take a nooner at lunch. I take it from 12:30 to 1, proper nooner, proper union approved nooner, and somebody calls me every time. Like the last 5 times I've tried.
So when lead generation slows down, what should you do to crank up lead generation? You should take a nap.
Hey, deep.
See what I'm saying?
No, one more time.
You just said every time you go to take a nap that somebody starts calling you back, right? So if lead generation slows down and you're like, well, shit, let me go take a nap, and it'll pick up.
Well, unfortunately, yeah, I see what you're saying. And that would be true for mail. If I did a lot of mail, I think there might be a correlation I'd start trying to track. But I'm the person who generates the leads for the most part.
So when I was 16, the worst job I ever had, I worked for Tom Krasinski. That's his last name. I think that's how you pronounce it. Still don't know.
The juggler?
And no,
The guy from Tommy Boy?
He was he was a small business owner, and one of the businesses he owned was a full service gas station. And he said, hated the job, absolutely hated the job. But he said, "Hey, do you ever have those slow periods?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Then do you ever have like super bit, like it was a 6 pump store, everything was full service." He goes, then do you ever just get slammed where every pump has somebody? He goes, yeah. I said, yeah. He said, so he goes, if you ever notice that there's one car that pulls up and then the rest of them just fill up. I said, absolutely. He said, so when you're slow, and I mean, you've been sitting here for 20 minutes, go get your car, and you pull it up to the pump. And he said, and trust me, he goes, the next several cars that go by, you're going to fill up the pumps, and you're going to have to move your car to make room for the next visitor. And damn it, he was right. And so I'm telling you, Brody, if you've identified that when you take a nap, your callbacks are happening and you're frustrated when your callbacks aren't coming, just go take a nap. It's just the universe is speaking to you, man. It's just go take a nap. And Jamie, start getting up, man. You wake up. I'm telling you, don't go back to sleep.
Yeah, that's the key.
Just accept it. Hey, today's day is starting at 2:00 in the morning or 3:00, whatever it is. It's just starting today. It's starting right now, and just own it and get up. And you might move slower, until you get that, what is that, full or two pots of coffee that you drink.
Six cups.
But
Doesn't
I'm
take
telling
very
you,
long.
it doesn't take very long for you to get that rocket booster in you. What do you mean?
Yeah. It's like, usually it's drank within like an hour.
And all black.
Oh, yeah.
Like no cream or no sugar whatsoever.
No.
That's impressive.
Oh man,
And it's hot coffee, right?
Hot coffee.
dude,
Man,
I
you
go
must
to
have a leather tongue
jujitsu.
or something, man.
Yeah.
I go to jujitsu with a guy who drinks coffee, black coffee, hot black coffee, in class while we're rolling on like 100-degree heat.
Does it spill on you or no?
No,
He does
He's that
it so
talented?
If he gets in your face, he can just blow his bad breath on you to get you to submit.
yeah, I'm used to that though. But yeah,
I'm gonna tell Caitlin you should know.
what man? Breathe on me. Monday, Wednesday,
No, you
and
said
Fridays.
you were used to somebody with bad breath, but
Yeah, I am on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I haven't been on Friday or Monday, but yeah, you guys should try that sometime.
I would love to do jiu-jitsu.
my son just started karate. He loves it.
That's how I got started, was karate.
Tried to get my son interested in jiu-jitsu. We went to a gym to observe a class, and he was like, "No, Dad, I don't want to do this." These were kids like his age, like 4 to 6, full contact. Like, and he was like, "No, no." I was like, "But I'm gonna do it with you. I'm gonna join. You're gonna join."
Is he shy?
Very much, yeah. He's
Even though
growing out
y'all
of it
are
though.
world travelers.
He's
didn't
growing
help.
out of it. That is definitely helping. He is he can make a friend on the playground like a drop of a hat. And
So can my son.
yeah. But yeah, he migrated back to karate. And then I'm kind of glad because I have lower back issues, and I'm afraid I would be seriously hurt if I got into I don't even know the proper terms, rolling or sparring. What do you call it, Brody?
You definitely use muscles you haven't used before, but like I have like lower back and neck problems, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like hand in hand in the sense of like if you do it and it makes you do other things. Like I stretch now more often.
Yeah.
Oh, you
and
have to when you
warm
get
up and
to
cool down
get
and like
old.
You
Yeah.
get over 32, you should spend at least 45 minutes a day stretching. I'm just throwing that out there. Just
No,
Yeah.
that's a factual statement.
No,
Is it gonna be
yeah,
funny
I'm
or
just-
okay.
no, not at all. I
do have like a 10-minute yoga thing I do like most days. I'm trying to get every day, but like when I
All right,
work out
so-
for sure, jiu-jitsu
So
for sure.
when you do this, it helps your body
Yeah,
problems,
so
or
it's
it makes it
blood
worse.
flowing to those places like my lower back, which is always usually really tight because of how I stand, how I sit, how I stretch. Like when I'm moving it and like really like cranking and like rolling around and like you're getting a lot of blood flow to those areas. So like I've walked in with like crippling back pain and I've walked out feeling better. Like I shouldn't be rolling today. And they're like, does your back hurt? And they're like, fuck it, just go for it. Nobody says that. Like nobody says that, but like every guy. So we've got a really badass judo guy who's there, and he's like, I like pinched my back during a flight, and because he's a pilot, and he's like, I worked it out on the mats, and like I feel better now, because yeah, you're just like rolling around and stretching and just kind
There
of.
you go.
It's good shit.
You did not sell me on joining just yet. I
Trust me, yeah, rolling around with sweaty dudes. Yeah.
I
mean,
think there is something to that, though.
Slightly less gay than Truly, though, but.
Will they let me in to any jiu-jitsu gym knowing that I drink Truly? That's the question.
Probably. They don't give a shit.
They
That's
don't care.
Fine. Yeah.
No, there is some physical combat kind of stuff that I know I probably should be doing. Just I don't anymore. That's it.
All right.
All right, Jeff, chug it. We got 15 minutes more out of Brody.
I knew.
And you're nursing that shit, man.
I knew if I fucking opened it up, y'all would be like, all right, wrap it up.
That was 15 minutes ago. We got 50 more minutes out of Brody.
Yeah, I'm about to pass out, guys.
Amy yawning. You had Brody, who was like, I got to go to bed. And
I
then
got
you had
to go
Jay,
to bed.
who
Let
was
me
like, I
die.
gotta take a shower. And like, so what was that? But then we get on a roll. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna bust this thing open. And then the second I do, it's like, all right, chug that motherfucker.
All right,
Just
we're done.
waiting for you to open it. Yeah.
I
You can
private
figure it out
message.
yourself now.
We were waiting to see if Brody went to bed first or Jeff opened his beer.
I private messaged both of them, Jeff, and I said, "Hey, let's hang out until Jeff opens the beer, and then we'll call it."
It's just like with the nap with Brody, right? It's like if I wanted the show to end, I should have just opened my beer earlier.
Yeah, there you go. Chug. Do it. Do the swirl thing, and then just let it go.
Big noise.
I don't even know what that is, and I don't even know why you'd want to do it.
I don't either.
Well, I don't feel the peer pressure, so
I can tell.
I'll do it for you at Capcom, Jay. Give me
Okay.
a bottle beer. Yeah.
All right.
Making Capcom promises.
Yeah. I'm gonna win
Yeah.
cornhole again too.
When you leave a review, and I hope you do, don't forget to tell us who you are and leave 5 stars. That's from Dirty Jobs Micro. Listen, guys, if you're interested in exploring any of the products or services that I use to make my real estate investing career easier, or you want to explore joining us in the W2 Cap Plus community where you can hang out with guys like myself, Brody, Jamie, and Jeff on a routine basis, there's going to be a link somewhere in the description or comments or something like that, wherever you're watching or listening to this podcast. But as promised, if you have any questions whatsoever, or you feel like I can help you in anything we talk about here today on this episode or any of the previous episodes, send me a text. I was going to say, give me a call, but chances are, if you're not in my phone book, I'm not going to answer. So send me a text. Let me know what episode you're listening to and how I can potentially help you. We'll find a time to get on a call. Okay. My cell phone number is 205-249-0248.